Well, good evening, everybody. It's another rainy, wonderful Sunday here in the sprawling metropolis of Dorcas, Ohio. We've had over an inch of rain here today. Not much progress on the 4020. We've actually run into a couple of snags. The first one and the big one that's got the whole thing stopped right now is the 4230 cam. Make a long story short, it is not going to work in this early 4020 block with that gear. Now, if we wanted to spend the $700 and some on a late model 4020 gear, we could probably make it work. Or if we wanted to spend money on this gear to have it machined, we could probably make it work. However, until I find some specs that show that a 4230 cam is a lot better and more worth the trouble to install in this early model block, we're not doing it. We're going to drop the oil pump back out of it and put the stock 4020 cam back in it. As near as we can tell from the books, they're pretty close. The only problem there is the 4020 book gives some specs that the 4230 service manual does not, and vice versa. So it's really hard to tell just exactly what's what there. So anyhow, that's the 4020 update. We did get it rolled back together today. As you see, it's sitting on its own, standing on its own. No jacks, no splitting stands. No nothing. We did get that accomplished today, so I guess that is a little progress. But still, we're kind of not at a complete standstill, just a slowdown, so to speak. So yeah, those of you that have me on Snapchat have already seen some of this. Yes, I know, it's red. And I'll be putting up a short 1-minute video just after I upload this one, showing this one running. Near as I can tell, it's a 56 or 57 Farmall 450 LP. Don't know any exact specifics because, as you see, the serial number tag is destroyed. I think you can make out maybe a couple of characters. I think I've found an L and a C or some other stuff, so I have no idea what the serial number is on it. My buddy Chris, the guy I bought it off of, or let me rephrase that, am buying it off of. I haven't finished paying for it yet. He brought it down from Northwest Ohio yesterday. We unloaded it with some help from the 2510 and tinkered around on it today and got it running, although it was a crude setup. As you see, the repurposed Flexilla air hose, I don't recommend doing this. Just really had this hooked on there, and I've got it running right now over to a gas grill cylinder. Yeah, that's redneck, isn't it? Make sure that's off. Well, no, actually, I guess I could give you guys a little teaser. The video I'm going to put up right after this one, which was shot earlier today when it wasn't raining, I actually had it running, and it runs pretty good, just as you would expect out of an LP. Let's see here. Neutral, ignition switch. Fires right up just like you would expect one to. I put about $40 worth of stuff in it today. I got 2 new battery cables because the ones that were on it are the junk. Let's see if I can find them. I just tore them off and threw them on the ground. Hang on a second. Take that loose. Let's see, I should probably cover that back up with a rag for now. I've got it running off the grill cylinder, just going straight into the regulator right now. Here is the strainer and the lock solenoid, which goes up into the main tank. As you can see, these valves don't look too bad, but I don't know how long it's been since they've been used, and for about 150 bucks I can put all 5 new valves on it. These two, the vapor, the fill and the vapor return, and the spitter, and then the liquid, and this is the liquid, and then this is the vapor withdrawal valve. As you can tell, they've been running it just strictly off vapor since before the last time the tractor was painted, whenever that was. This tractor came to me from Chris Holder, who bought it off Mike Rooker. If you're in any of the antique and or pulling tractor pages on Facebook, you at least know the name Mike Rooker, and you probably know Chris as well. Chris and I went all through school together, and his home is here locally. There's one of the battery cables. This was the ground. I hate clamp connections. I mean, just look at that. It's disgusting. And then, let's see, where's the hot cable? What did I do with it? Where did I put you? Anyhow, the hot cable didn't look a whole lot better on the battery end, so they got upgraded, although they're 2 gauge AutoZone Duralast Gold cables, which, I think they'll work just fine for now on it. But the plan with this tractor is just fix it up and use it. I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack because I've pretty well been known all my life as a John Deere guy, which is true. But my preference is Deere for sure. But I don't ever recalling saying that I hated Farmalls and would never own one. And I've always had a real soft spot for the MTA, the 400 and the 450. And this one came along, Chris told me about it, told me it was an LP, and it just sort of checked all the right boxes to me, and I said, sure, I want it. In talking with Mike about this tractor, I really am kind of curious as to what the history is, because as you can clearly tell, that is a gas manifold. And Mike says it's a gas head too. So I really don't... Oh, this is power steering. It's just blocked off. Okay, well, I was messing with it earlier today. I thought it was non-power steering, but it does have power steering. I wonder if it leaks. Oh, I'm going to have to get the sheet metal off of it and check that out. Oh, this is fun. This is exciting. Okay, well, anyhow, going back to talking with Mike, yeah, he says it's got a gas head on it, and it obviously has the gas manifold. So I'm really curious as to what this tractor's history actually is, because, like, in a way, you'd almost think, I don't know. I don't even know where to go with that. But, I mean, it runs good. It idles a little high for my liking, but I'm sure I can figure that out. I've messed with the idle speed screw on the carburetor, but haven't really gotten anywhere with it. I can screw it in and bring the idle speed up, but I can't screw it out, past a certain point and bring it down. Where it idles right now is as low as it goes. But this is one of the beautiful things about an LP tractor. I don't know how long it's been since the oil was changed, but it is so clear you cannot see it on the dipstick. And I assure you there is oil on that, just to prove it. Here, you can maybe catch it in the light. Yeah. That's what I love about an LP engine. They run so clean. So very clean. And the longevity of them is just, it's phenomenal. So, you know, I'm really happy with it so far. I can say that. It's a red tractor. It's not my normal green. But so far I'm happy with it. As you can see here, we tried to put a Group 31 battery in there with the screw type adapter posts, and it's not going to work. I can't close the seat with those on it. They stick up. Let's try and sight a line across here, shall we? Yeah, so there's the top of the battery box, and there's how far above it those stick. And also, if you sight across the posts there where the seat bolts set, yeah, they're still too tall. Now, if I had the eyelet type terminals and the regular screw top, a regular threaded stud top Group 31, I could probably get it all to settle down under there, because you can see the hex on those adapters. It really brings up the height of the whole terminal. So that's kind of got things screwed up a little bit there. What else? Oh, kind of I don't know if I should say in conjunction with, but going right along with the power steering and the fact that it's blocked off. This tractor only has single lever hydraulic control, and I thought at first maybe just the levers were missing, but I've looked in there and there's just the one valve. That's it. And after checking some other things out, I believe this tractor was originally just a drawbar tractor. You can see there the mark on the axle where the horseshoe drawbar was. You can kind of see it over here too, although I've got it hidden with hoses and strap. And this hitch, it's made with fast hitch components, but there's a lot of homemade to it. A lot of homemade to it. The guy was really good with a cutting torch. I'll give him that, whoever designed this. And it worked. It served its purpose, I'm sure. But I don't think I'll be keeping it. Just for the time being, I think I'm going to put a regular, M style horseshoe drawbar on it, just so that I can actually use it. And then in the meantime, look for and try and find and source all of the stuff to put the deluxe fast hitch on it, and then the 3-valve hydraulic control, or 3-lever 3-valve hydraulic control. I think would make a really sweet machine out of this tractor. Now, some of you guys that know more about Farmalls than I do, please chime in and let me know what this block is about. I figured out all the hoses and valves and stuff from here on, but this block in particular, because from what I can tell, the two hard lines come into this inner block, these two ports, and then there's this block piggybacked onto it that has the other hose coming off of it on this tractor. And the way they've got this all plumbed up, they got a couple ball valves in there to shut off flow to the rock shaft cylinder, so that you can use the remotes. But like I say, I don't think much of all of that is staying. I think I'm going to take it all off just to clean it up and get a horseshoe drawbar on it, just so I can use it. Oh, there's the old positive cable. Yeah. I do not like clamp connections, Sam. I do not like them. I'm sure that cable's fine, and I'll probably keep it around just so I can put a new end on it and use it at some point. But yeah, that's the new face. I've already rambled on for 15.5 minutes. Imagine that. See, not a lot of progress on the 3020 utility. I'm still going to do a video on it, I promise. Just haven't really got around to it yet. There's been other things kind of taking my attention away from it. Here's the 4030 gas. We've been using it a little bit here over the weekend and during the week. This is a really nice tractor. I like it. It's just like all of them that we have. It was one of those, right place at the right time for the right money sort of things, and I'm really glad we got it. We got it from Hauser & Sons in Chillicothe. Hauser's, as far as I'm concerned, they're some pretty nice guys to deal with. We bought this tractor off of them. Let's see, my K5 International truck, which you haven't seen yet, I don't think. I shot a couple videos, but I don't think I ever published them. But anyhow, my K5 International came from them. This came from them. They had a lot of the videos that the Two Cylinder Club put together on DVD. I bought several of those over the years, or the couple years I've known them. So I guess you could say it's a shameless plug for Hauser & Sons out of Chillicothe, Ohio. Albert, the old man, I don't know how he's doing, but the last I heard, he was still getting out there every day and trying to help run the show, so that's good. Kind of a different old guy, but I really liked him. He was just one of those kind of fellas that if you both had the time, if you could sit down and just listen to him tell stories, you'd learn a lot. And that's, I'm not going to go down this particular rabbit hole today, but it kind of gets into my whole thing about going to tractor shows. Yes, I go to see the equipment, especially when there's something featured that I like to see. I've told many people in the past that I will go to a tractor show to collect stories more so than to see the tractors and equipment that are there. It's real common for me to find myself in the middle of, a group of 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 older gentlemen, just listening to them cackle back and forth and tell stories at one another, on one another, about one another, talking about the tractors they've had, known, sold, wish they had back, stuff they've done with those tractors, just some of the crazy shit they've gotten into over their years. I guess you could say I've always been able to level with the older generation better than a lot of people even my own age, and for certain younger. There's only oh God, I'm gonna sound really old when I say this, but there's only a handful of youngsters that I actually tolerate. But it's the truth. I mean, I try not to discriminate and hate everybody, but at the same time, I've got a pretty long list of folks I like. But anyhow, just kind of wanted to come by and give an update on the 4020 here. Kind of let you all know what's going on with it, where we've kind of had slow down on it. But you know, we've got the new gear. We've got the old cam. The old cam cleaned up really nice. We were a little bit worried about it because where this thing sat apart for 2 years, it started to get a little rust on it. But honestly, with a real fine Scotch-Brite pad and some Evapo rust, man, it wiped right off. So that was a blessing. And that is a brand new cam gear. It had started to get loose on the old gear, started to get loose on the old cam, and we knew we needed a new gear anyway, and we thought we'd try a 4230 cam, just for no other reason than years ago, all the guys pulling 4010s and 4020s, you know, they always talked about the 4230 cam. So we thought we'd try it. And just, like I say, until I can see a cam card for it that shows me that this 4230 cam is a hell of a lot better than a 65 model 4020 cam, you know, we're going to go with the stock cam because it's meant to be there. We know it works. We know it fits. So in light of that, if anybody is interested in an installed but never ran 4230 cam and set of lifters, let me know, because we'll probably sell it. I don't really have any need to keep it around. I forget what we gave for it, but yeah, just get a hold of me if you're interested. Like I said, we'd probably sell it. So anyway, that's the update on the 4020, and some rambling on a 4030, a little bit of procrastination on a 3020 power shift utility, and the introduction of a new face. No reason to get concerned, folks. Green's still going to be my preference. There's just a few off-color ones that I kind of have a soft spot for, and this is one of them. And one neat thing too, it's worth mentioning, and I said it in the other video, this is the first LP tractor the Carnahan family has owned. So, I mean, that's worth something, I guess. Oh, also, real quick, we've looked at them a couple times already, and someone has for sure picked them out. Yes, this does have the power adjust rear wheels, both of them, 38 inch. It's got 18 4s on it right now, which I plan on putting a set of 16 9s on it, just because for this chassis size of a tractor, I've always liked the way 16 9s look on them. And the 650 16 fronts are pretty new still. They're mismatched in brand, but they're matching in tread, so I'm just going to roll with them. But those are 14-inch spin-out rims. And I've already had offers come in on just the rims, and don't waste your time because I'm not selling them, not off this tractor. I'm gonna keep it just as it is, just change the tire size, and continue on making improvements and updates and upgrades along the way. And yeah, I think this is going to be kind of fun. It's a little bit of a new chapter for me, for us all together, really. So yeah, there it is. There's the 450. There's the 3020. There's the 4020. There's the 4030. And I will talk to you guys later on sometime. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.